Married, single or nah?
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely, yes.
You have any children?
I do. I have a son,
Okay, how old is he?
10.
Okay, how long? How long were you with the child's father?
I was with him for 6 years.
Are you divorced?
No, we never got married.
Any particular reason why?
It just was it wasn't a healthy relationship.
Oh, another toxic relationship.
I mean, I got in it when I was young. I know, right? It's like status quo. But I got into it when I was younger. Because I had my son at 26. He and I got together when I was 23.
I'm shaking my head because I need you ladies to understand
Yeah.
how full of shit y'all sound when y'all all come in these same toxic relationships.
No,
No, listen.
Okay.
Y'all all sound full of shit to us when you come in talking about a toxic relationship that you were in for multiple years. We don't believe you.
I agree. I understand. I get it.
So it wasn't a good situation. Then
Right.
why did you make a baby?
Because, to be honest, when you're
Because
young,
we were having unprotected sex. You weren't young.
right?
You were 26.
When I got pregnant, correct.
You weren't young.
Which I understand. I'm not disagreeing with.
So what I'm saying is why?
So then why do it, right?
Did you read? Did you listen to what I just read about the woman who was a single mother? Mm-hmm.
I did. So
that's you.
Not necessarily. Every situation is
different. This is what they want to. This is what they want to believe. That yes, that's for them, but I'm special. No, you're not. Men listen.
Yeah.
Men on the open market find out you have a baby, and they just say she's fucking. That she's having sex. Men look at you as men look at single mothers as sexual options first. Okay. And I don't care if you believe it. I don't care if you like it. That's the truth.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
So that's the point. So I'm saying this for you and for all the other women.
Yeah.
If you choose to make babies before you get married, then you decide that was a choice you made.
Right.
So you've decided to do it. You were having unprotected sex. You knew what you were doing.
Right.
Y'all could have went to the justice of the peace at any time in those 6 years, but you chose not to. But why did you choose not to?
Because it was mentally, emotionally, and I mean, it was a bad situation. I got into the relationship looking for nothing, to be honest, right? Like how you've said before, when people, you don't know. You're not looking for a husband, right? So I was just like out there free willy nilly it. I wasn't looking for anybody. So now that once I decided to leave the situation was because I knew exactly the why, right?
No, it makes no sense to me as a man. That you just decided to see all this would have been all right as long as you didn't get pregnant.
Which I agree. I'm not saying that I don't agree.
No, but I need you to understand that I was just out here. Do you think that makes it even worse? Because you knew you weren't looking for anything serious. Then why'd you allow yourself to get pregnant and bring a kid into this? Because it's germane to your why is this important? Because you're not looking for a husband. You're looking for a stepfather.
At this point, I'm looking for a husband. So I am.
Do you have custody of your child?
I do.
Then, ma'am, you're looking for a stepfather.
Of course, right. Of course.
It's not both, at this point. No. That's no.
It is both. I am looking for a stepfather. Mm-hmm.
It's a stepfather.
Correct.
First, that's what he would be.
Okay.
See, this is what I mean. Ladies, y'all just play slick and loose. Y'all don't understand that when a man sees you with a kid, he recognizes that that's a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to take care. In the animal kingdom, what happens when the male of the species takes over a female with cubs with offspring from another man? What happens to those offspring?
I don't really know. I don't know animals. Either they have to go under the ruling of the guy, or they just get tossed into the wilderness. I don't really know. I have no clue.
What do you think?
They probably get tossed to the wilderness.
What does tossed into the wilderness mean?
That man doesn't take the cubs as their.
So tossed into the wilderness means what? The outcome is what?
That, I mean, I'm not really sure.
Think about it. You're an intelligent woman. I'm going to say tossed into the wilderness. You toss a child out into the wilderness, a cub into the wilderness. What happens to it?
To the cub, then
yes,
it's on its own. Okay, it's just on its own.
And it's on its own. It's on its own. Really, it's on its own. Until what?
Until it gets older and figures out.
God damn. This is, guys, and I'm doing this, man, to just see if you're going to say it.
Mm-hmm.
They're dead. It's not tossed on its own. Animals who don't reach their majority don't all of a sudden, because you're a cub and they just live, they die.
Right.
Do you know that? Do you understand that, or do you just not want to say it?
No, I get it.
But you didn't say it.
Because I didn't know where you were going with that.
I said, what happens to a cub, a kid on its own? He said, it's just on its own until it grows up. I don't think you really want to deal with reality. That the reality is when a male of the species in the mammal kingdom takes over another woman, he kills the cubs. Or they have to leave and take care of themselves. And if they can't, what happens to them?
Like you said, they die, right?
Right. And we're mammals.
Mm-hmm.
Men look at you with another person. He said, damn, my money has to go to feed another man's cub. I don't want to do that. That's already competition. Your child is always going to come first to you. That means a man automatically knows he's going to come second. You're not looking for a husband. You're looking for a stepfather. You're looking for somebody to be a stepfather who is willing to not throw your child into the wilderness, is willing to step into a father role.
Right.
And what is he going to get from being such an incredible, benevolent man? What is he going to get? Because you didn't require the man who made the baby to marry you. What are you going to give him that's so great and wonderful that he's going to get for saving you and your cub from the wilderness? So that's not how y'all think about it.
I mean, I can get it. I understand, right? Because there's standards, like there's the standard normal. And I understand, like, I'm not special, but then I also know what I bring to a table.
What is that?
I bring peace. Like, I'm able to bring peace. So
your child bring peace.
Hmm?
Does your child bring peace?
My child does bring peace. And I actually
is a male or is a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Okay. I hate to break this to you. That's one of the worst situations to be in, because boys are instinctively protective of their mothers.
Right.
Does he have a relationship with his father?
No, his father's not. Has chosen not to be in his life. That's why I said it was a bad situation, right? So.
Well, you picked him.
I did. But that was where I was at that point in time. I'm not disagreeing with a thing that you're saying. That's exactly where
my point is, and the reason I'm doing this is because women need to know, choosing to have a child for your selfish reasons cost you suitable men.
Potential.
No,
I mean,
no, they do.
In general,
and we need to stop lying. You get the men who will pick you because they don't have better options.
I wouldn't say that though.
Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. But gentlemen, if you understand what I'm saying, gentlemen, write down in the comment section, because this is a level of disconnect. See, women like yourself think that I just had a baby and I'm peaceful and my kid's good and perfect, so we're really not a bother. And men are just like, I don't care what you say. That's still another man's kid, and there's more food I got to put out. And do you want to have any more children?
Do I want to? I am open to having more kids.
Do you want? So do you? You're open. So yeah. How many more children could a man get from you?
I mean, a couple more.
couple more kids. So understand that if a man had 2 children with you, every time he put food in your child's mouth, he's taking food out of his other 2 kids' mouth. That's how our minds think.
Right. And I get it.
So you ladies need to understand what you bring that's so great and wonderful, because I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna be unpopular, but single mothers got to do far more than single mothers got to do more than single women.
Right.
Because single women are looking for husbands. You're looking for stepdads.
Right.
And you try to say like it's both. No, it's a stepdad first. Because the man has to say, I got to take that on automatically. That means on the day of our wedding, this little crumb snatcher is going to be with us. On our honeymoon, this crumb snatcher is going to be waiting for us. Mm-hmm. I don't get one day with my wife in my new home without this little crumb snatcher being here. Every day I'm there, we got to worry about this person before it can get to me. Men are territorial.
I get it, yeah.
Even with their own children.
Right.
So, if you had to pick between your husband and your daughter, what you gonna pick?
My son.
Your husband or your son, what you gonna pick?
I mean, I
said your husband or your son, what you gonna pick?
I would pick my husband if I'm married. I grew up with my parents are still married.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I just want to. So let's just say, for sake of argument,
okay,
your son becomes just irascible.
Yeah.
And at 16 years old, he's just a problem. Mm-hmm. And your husband says, we need to put him out.
I mean, if he can't shape up, to be honest, you can't disrespect my husband. It's that simple. All right. It's that simple.
Well, and the reason I'm asking is because women, you need to ask yourself questions that seriously, because you like your son and love your son. Right. You think that we don't look at your kids that way. They're not assets to us. They're all liabilities.
Yeah.
And so the question becomes, how do you overcome that when this woman over here has no kids? You got to over-deliver.
Right.
So where are you learning and this is a conversation based upon, and how we got here is because you said you're looking for both a stepfather and a husband. I'm like, no, it's a stepfather first.
Yeah.
Are you dating anyone? Have you dated anyone seriously since you had your child?
Yeah, I have.
What's the longest relationship you've had?
Since my son's dad, almost 2 years.
Almost 2?
Almost 2 years.
And how old was your son?
How old was he? It ended last year.
So he was over 3 years old. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
So and you guys were in a monogamous, committed relationship?
We were, but because I do understand the element and the pressure of children in a relationship, I don't bring that in there, right?
So he didn't meet your kid?
He did not meet my child.
Wait.
Yeah, it was long distance.
So it really wasn't a relationship.
It was.
No, it wasn't. Long distance relationships aren't real.
I get it. Okay.
So, how long were you you were with a man long distance for 2 years and he never met your son. That's not a real relationship.
I mean, to each his own, right? But I can understand.
No, it's not. See, creating their own reality. Ma'am, a real relationship implies you live in the same place and you're close enough to relate. Long distance means you make a trip and you have to be on your best for a short period of time. Mm-hmm. So don't tell me to each his own, because you know there's a difference between living. And the reason I'm starting to lose my patience is because you're 30. How old?
I'm 36.
But it sounds like I'm talking to a late teen, early 20 something.
Does it?
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm sitting here trying to tell you that a long distance relationship is not a real relationship. Well, to each his own. Okay. You ain't even let nobody meet your kid. Okay. Would your stepfather would your husband be able to discipline your son?
Would I allow that? Yes. Absolutely.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Has any other man ever disciplined your son?
Yes.
His father? What?
My first relationship, like serious relationship after his father.
And how long were you guys together?
We were together a short time. He was coming out of a relationship.
How long?
Honest, he was coming out of a marriage.
How long?
For 6 months. It was like 6-7 months. It wasn't a long time.
And how old was your son?
At that time, he was, I think, 3 or 4.
And the guy you were with 6 months had the ability to discipline your son.
Not like spank him, but like, hey, I guess redirect, right?
That's
like,
not discipline.
Well, I consider that to a point discipline, but
this is why this is so much. That's not discipline.
Okay, I get it, but yeah, disciplining is what, like, chastising, right? Like, that's
discipline is whooping his ass,
right? Yeah,
he got to put food in his stomach and a roof over his head like he's his real daddy, don't he?
If I'm married, correct?
Right. So he should be able to whoop his ass like he's his real father.
Yeah.
But my point, but that's easier said than done because you've never known.
It's a conversation that I do have with my child, and
it's a conversation you do have with who?
With my child. I mean, he understands firmly as to where I'm at with that, and so that's why I raise him a certain way. Mm-hmm. He's around family.
That ain't got nothing to do with another man.
Well, which I get, right? But
ma'am, you haven't had, ma'am, due respect. Yeah. It's all theoretical with you.
Okay.
Your son has not been around a man long term.
He has not, correct.
So you don't know what you're going to do. And this is a problem. You ladies just talk like, just because you believe something that sounds good, that's what's going to happen on the ground. You're a mama. You ain't never had to co-parent with nobody else. What you say goes, your word is law. And men know this going into it, especially if they can hear what I've heard. Date you for fun, but marry somebody else that has less baggage. Because you don't even talk like a woman who is really seriously preparing herself to be a wife to somebody and having your child come under somebody else's discipline and structure and leadership.
Like, why you would say I don't sound like, because okay. I just haven't heard, we haven't had that dialogue, right? As to
what, we haven't had what dialogue? Who's we?
You and I.
Like, ma'am, I'm very good at what I do. Okay. And the questions I've asked, I've been able to glean quite a bit from the way you answer questions. To each his own. No, man, it's not. Yeah, I'm looking for a stepfather. No, I'm looking for both. No, you think you come across as a woman who thinks that because you and your son coexist in a happy, simple way, that a man will come in and will just be a bolt on and it will just be automatic. That your son.
But I don't think that, though.
I said you come across. Okay. Have your son has never had to see his mama. Well, your 2-year relationship. Mm-hmm. That boy didn't meet that man. That's a problem.
Okay.
Why didn't he meet him for 2 years?
I said, it was a while, but yeah, it was intentional.
Why is the question?
Because of comfortability,
What does that mean?
I'm the kind of person that I like to make sure that whoever I'm dealing with is 100% comfortable in a situation, right? So, and that's an element of bringing someone some sort of...
Talk to me like I'm 4 years old. Stop using all the big words, please. Just tell me why.
Big words?
Yeah, because you're trying to bullshit.
No.
Just say the truth.
Well, that is the truth. Like, if you're not necessarily comfortable with, you haven't dated somebody that has children.
So you didn't meet your son because he wasn't comfortable with your son?
Well, no, not that, but he just hadn't dated anybody that had children.
All right, but fine. You were with him for 2 years.
Right. And then it is long distance at the same time. So.
Not serious. That's what I'm saying. My ultimate point is, ma'am, there's so many red flags. Ding, 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 ding. 2 years, you said you dated somebody. Y'all were monogamous, supposedly,
mm-hmm.
and he didn't meet your son. That's a problem.
I can understand.
But he didn't meet your son because he didn't want to meet him, or you weren't comfortable with having a man around your son that wasn't going to be your husband or something.
No. It wasn't necessary that.
Was it for him or for you?
For me, it was for everyone, right? Because I do think too much about everybody. So I want him to be 100%.
So your son knew you had a boyfriend.
Correct.
But he had never met him.
Correct.
And he never wanted to meet him.
He did. He did.
Mother son of a bitch.
I rebuke.
And did your boyfriend want to meet your son?
We never necessarily talked about that. It was always, for me, saying whenever you're comfortable with it. Again, because it was so long distance, and I just wanted to focus on us building our relationship.
I asked a simple question. Did he want to meet your son?
At some point, yes.
At what point did you think that was going to be? 10 years into it?
No, but definitely once it's like we're gonna get engaged, or it's gonna progress to that level. So I feel like there's different steps to different things.
Okay. And this conversation has been a good example of why men don't date single mothers seriously.
Okay.
This conversation has been taxing.
Okay.
And honestly, women who don't have children are far easier to get along with because I don't have to be concerned about all this other stuff. And here's the problem. And here's the problem. I think it would be easier to understand that that's how men feel if your child was a result of a loving marriage and a child that was planned. It would be easier to accept that bitter pill. But because your child was unplanned, you compensate. But men don't. You have to compensate for their emotion, because you could at least say, well, yeah, if you don't want to meet, but me and her dad were married. He has a man around. He knew he was planned. Da 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 da. Your child doesn't know his father, right? I never met him.
He has met him. We were together for 6 years. Yeah.
I'm sorry. He met his father. But how many kids does his father have?
3.
How many different mothers?
3. Yeah.
Avoid this one, guys.
Avoid which one? Me?
You.
Why?
Yes.
Do you know?
Right. Yeah, because ma'am, 3 children. See, 51% of, and I'm gonna tell you why I said. Listen, I'll tell you why I said. Listen.
I don't have 3 children.
No, listen.
Oh.
51% of black men are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class.
Mm-hmm.
Fully, 80% of the children in the black community are made by 18% of the men.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And you knew, which baby mama were you? Number 1, 2, or 3?
Number 2.
Okay, but you knew he had 1.
Correct.
And you chose to have unprotected sex with a man who already had 1. That puts you right in the rank of another. And men look at this. Men look and say, that's dumb.
And now I look at it and say that's dumb. I agree.
So men look at it, and when men start running the cost benefit calculator and say, well, let me at least delve a little bit into it. All right, you were with him for 6 years, but you didn't marry him because it was toxic. All right, but meanwhile he had a kid by another woman. And he got another kid. All right, is he involved in his son's life at all now?
No, he's not. He's chosen.
He's chosen not to be involved. All right. Is he like a lawyer or a physician or?
He's not.
What does he do? What's his profession?
Construction.
Did you go to college?
I did. I was in a different place in my life at that point.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have a master's, bachelor's? What?
I have a master's. Now.
I'm a PhD.
You cannot make this shit up.
I said now.
Masters still exists. So a woman with a master's has a kid by a man with 3 kids by 3 different women, and no disrespect to construction workers, but he's a construction worker.
Correct.
And you expect a man of what? A higher status around your status?
Do I expect?
Women typically want men to have on their level. Meaning, would you marry a guy who's an average earner, making $40,500 for the rest of his life? $20.20 an hour
of his life?
Yep.
Those kind of men don't even.
That's not what I asked.
Would I marry that kind of person?
Yeah.
If that's their
average earner? Yep.
Mm-hmm. To stay there, I would not.
Okay, so when people get mad at me how I'm talking to her, realize she just counted over 50% of black men. That's the median income for a black man in this country. She didn't ask about his character. She didn't ask about anything, and she just discounted him on money. So just because you can discount men on money, listen.
Okay.
Listen. This, like you can discount men on money, men discount women like you based on your past.
Right. True.
So I need but men get a bad rap for discounting
Right.
this. But y'all, you didn't. I just said money, 40,500. I said an average earning black man.
Right.
And you said, oh no, meaning you need an above average earning black man, above average earning man. Period.
It's a mindset.
It's the bullshit.
Okay. Yeah.
It means that you think your value is higher because of your master's or whatever, but your value.
I don't think my value is higher because of my master's at all.
Your socioeconomic position.
No, that's not why.
Okay, whatever, man. What does money have to do with a mindset then?
So
you can be brilliant and be a broke writer.
Correct.
So don't tell me about money equating to mindset.
But,
oops.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you.
My point is I'm losing patience because I get upset when I hear women who are average looking over men who are average with no compunction. But we are told that we are supposed to, y'all have no problem judging men like that. And that's fine. You can want what you want. But if you need a man who's above average earner, that's fine. That's fine if that's what you want. Are you earning in excess of 6 figures?
I'm around there.
All right. So you would want your prospective husband or man to be earning around what you're making?
I mean, he can make a little less, but again,
a little less meaning what? More than 75?
75 is fine.
That's still the top 15% of men.
Yeah.
Those men are in high demand.
Okay.
This is where it starts to get rocky because you're 36, you have a child, and your earning is up. As you get older, your sexual marketplace value decreases, but your income and your expectations go up. You're inversely proportional. So a man is making $75,000 or more, he can get a woman who is younger, no children, cooperative, ready to be on this page. And all things being equal, what makes a better asset for that potential man is a woman who has room to make him number one, not coming second to a son.
Right. And Kevin, I understand everything that you're saying. I don't think there's a reason. I don't think that you don't understand it. I just don't understand that a man would have to accept a lot with you. They'd have to accept one with me.
They have to accept a lot? No, they have to accept a lot.
They'd have to accept a child, which is a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, correct.
How tall are you?
5'8.5".
Dress size?
I wear size 8.
Okay. A man would have to accept a lot. And the chances of having 2 additional children past 36, I mean, you say you're open to it, but I'm gathering that if you don't have any more, you'd be okay.
I would like to have at least one.
Okay. All right. Well, a guy still has to accept a child whose father's not there.
Correct.
And his siblings, as they stand right now, come from 1, 2, 3 different women. To us, that's a lot. And what is he going to get? He gets a woman with a master's who's earning 6 figures, but men don't care about that stuff first.
No, and I understand that. So there's right.
So what are the things you say you bring peace? Let's do this. Are you a good cook?
I am. I'm actually a chef.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you have excuse me. Do you own a restaurant? Do you want to own a restaurant?
I own a catering business. I would love to own a restaurant.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and that's why I have a partner.
How many hours a week are you putting in? How many hours a week do you put in?
We just started. It's my cousin and I, our catering business. So with that right now, hours wise, it might be like 10 hours, 5-10 hours.
A week?
a week, and then I have a full-time job. I'm a supply chain manager, and I work from home as well.
You said you're a chef. Okay.
I do. I have, dual career, right? So I do two things.
How many hours a week are you working?
On my
period, ma'am.
Period. Probably I might put in 40, 45 hours a week.
So your full-time job isn't 40 hours?
It is, but I have systems and stuff in place where I kind of disperse my time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So sounds like many professional women, your life is humming along in a single fashion.
What do you mean? In a single?
You got a job, you got a side job or a business, you have a son, you make enough money to where you really don't have to have a man. I mean, so there's really no sense of urgency to really understand who men are or what they want.
But
I said there's no sense of urgency.
Correct. Okay, I get it.
Because and what I'm saying is, some of the things I've been saying, if you really understood who men are and what they wanted, there shouldn't really be any pushback with some of the things I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Or everybody's different, or no special snowflake, and the biggest portion is to recognize that the likelihood of meeting a man who is a top 15, top 10, top 5% earner at your age, is slim.
I've met them though. So, like, seriously, met. Yeah. So it's not, but I understand in general. Right?
Let me go ahead and further clarify. I don't mean meet, deal with, hook up. I mean being vetted by seriously being vetted as a wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, what?
Yes.
Like, no, I don't know what yes means.
I mean yes, as in I have though.
No, you have. You mean? Oh, no. Hold on. I want to be clear. Are you trying to say that you have men that are actively vetting you to be their wife?
Correct.
And how long have you been seeing these men?
I've been dating for the past 6 months now.
And how many different men?
Right now, I've got 2 pretty good options. So.
Are both long distance?
No.
So you're saying that you have, okay, well, if that's the truth, you're saying that 2 men are ready to marry you.
They're vetting me. So
vetting you.
Yeah, we're vetting each other. So
no.
Well, just because again, and I understand why you ask the questions that you do, and why you say the way, because it is in the general sense, right? But without
no, it's not really, because men who are marriage minded typically don't allow themselves to be vetted, but don't put themselves in a position where they're in a lottery with a couple other men.
Not lottery. I'm not calling it a lottery, but I mean, if I'm dating, I'm dating, right?
No.
When
I say vetting, that means a man is looking for a wife. And men who are looking for wives, ready to get married, know what they want, they typically make a move in under 6 months.
Right.
See, this is what I mean. You ladies call things that men don't call them.
No, I said I'm dating.
I said, I know what I said. You said you had men who were actively vetting you to be a wife.
Right.
That typically means that's a monogamous one-on-one. You got a serious relationship. Men don't vet somebody that they're not committed to or involved with.
So also, I guess culturally, I'm not American either. So it's different from a cultural perspective.
How long have you lived in America?
I mean, for a long time.
So knock off the bullshit.
No, it's not, Kevin.
Yeah, Don't start the whiny girl stuff.
Am I doing the whiny girl voice? Okay.
I mean, I think that. Well, I'll say this.
Okay.
That one of the big problems today with modern women is you guys are overly optimistic about reality. And you can believe somebody has to win the lottery. But the way you're talking is though, are you saying that you're going to marry one of these men?
Potentially, yes. So.
Potentially. All right. So, are these men earning on your level or higher?
Yes.
So you mean that you got this man and that man both earning on your level or higher, and you got two of them, and there's only one of you.
I'm dating, Kevin.
Yeah.